Hey, once again, it's your boy Day for Triple D Gaming coming at you with another FS22 map making stream video. You know how we do it. Let's get to it. Alright, ladies and gents, boys and girls, picking up from the last episode like we do. Uh, Nothing more, nothing less. Right. Alright. So, um, I haven't really 100% decided exactly what I'm gonna do with this. Uh, but I did mean to start streaming a little bit sooner today. That way I was able to hop in Blender and try to get something done in there today too. But as you know, life always gets in the road. Kind of messes you up for that. But let's see what we can get done here anyhow. So this is the part I'm really not too happy with, is this right here. Like, it'd be okay if I actually had the road shifted over a little bit further, and like this hill we have right here was on this side, kind of like blocking the view of this road from down here. Obviously you won't see it when there's trees in there, but once you take the trees out, that's a different story. So another way around this was I was thinking about taking this road and turning it a little bit sooner, right? So that way we can continue our little hill here around, and it'll kind of block the view of at least the bottom part of it from here. I don't know. I'm gonna mess with it a little bit here, see what we can come up with. Just try to tweak it a little bit. See if we can turn it like that, maybe. Obviously, I'm gonna have to get the ground to match it. As far as the terraforming aspect of it anyway. Okay. Yeah, see, that would make it to where I'd be able to hump the ground up here a little bit. Nothing crazy. Just try to hide the edge of that just a little bit. You guys can probably hear my dehumidifier beeping like crazy over there, telling me that it's full, needs dumped. It actually, you don't actually have to dump it. Like, if it was near a drain, I could just hook the hose up to it and let it drain to where you didn't have to dump it, but I don't have it by the drain, so I gotta listen to it beep. Excuse me. See, I don't know if I'm actually even happy with this. Um, I just don't know. See, it's not really going to hide it too much because I'm definitely not going to leave it humped up like that much. I just got to hump it up that much to begin with, so whenever we smooth it down, it doesn't pull it down too far. So you got to go too high with it, so whenever you smooth it down, it'll be just right. Or close to it anyway. If I would turn it back here a little bit further, it'd be a little better. But yeah, man, I don't know. Now I'm just kind of wishing that I'd have never made this a hill right here, or not have brought this road off the top. Just brought the road down here. And then it would have came up here, so all this road wasn't visible from coming down in this road here. With making it turn right here, with the trees there, it will not be visible. It would have if we wouldn't have just made it turn, because the road was coming straight out through here, so you would have been able to look straight up that road. But with these trees going to be here, right here, it's going to hide that a little bit. Not that it's a big deal. I mean, because it's really not. But I would have just liked to have had it hidden a little bit, so it wasn't so visible from the main road. Again, not a huge deal, just a personal preference. Again, the road's not going to be this wide. I just wanted to get that dry grass out there So I don't have to go back and keep making it wider. Just make it too wide to begin with. It's a lot easier just shrinking it down than having to go back on it and keep making it bigger and bigger. Make sure I ain't accidentally pulling the actual road down. Just sinking this down a little bit. Try to make these hills here a little more pronounced without actually having to raise the hills. Something like that. Like, again, I mean, we really didn't need this road here, like, at all. But, you know me. See, actually, like, I could just do away with this top road right here. Just do away with this, and either right before these rocks or right after them, I could pull that road down here, have it come down here around like this, up through here, and then tie in right here, and then just get rid of this upper piece. I don't know, we'll finish defining this slope right here, and then we're going to figure out what we're going to do with it. Hardest part about map making, man, especially if the design's just coming from your imagination. I don't want to say it's easier, but in that sense, it is easier if you're just making a map like based on an actual place, because at least you don't have to sit there and decide how am I actually going to do this, because you're just pretty much following blueprints. You go in there and see what it's supposed to be like and try your best to make it actually look like that. But when you're not making a map that's based on an actual place and you're just going off your imagination, it's just one of the hardest parts, actually deciding what you're going to do and where you're going to do it and how you're going to do it. Who, what, when, where, and why. Yeah. See, I can make this to where it just follows this slope right here, just all the way up through there. Or we can break it, like up here we're gonna break it. So that way it's not a perfect slope all the way up through there. And give it a little more realism. Because unless it was man-made, it's probably not going to be perfect all the way up through there. So we'll just go ahead and break it up here further. So maybe just like hump this up here, sink this down a little bit. Now with it being forest ground, I don't want to have it like too jagged. You know what I'm saying? Now if it was like all rocky and stuff in here, then yes, we would leave it jaggedy. But we're going to try to make it kind of smooth, considering it will be forest ground. We're just trying to make dips and stuff in the actual slope, if that makes sense. I would like to have it just smooth all the way up through there, but it's not what we're going to do here. And I would use more of the painted rock texture that we added to the map. I would use more of that in here, but I don't know. If it was the gray rock, I can make that make more sense. But with it being like the red rock, man, I don't know. It's kind of hard to make it actually fit in. Not impossible. It's a little bit harder. And actually have it look good. Again, like, I don't want to have crazy humps in it, because I want you to be able to actually get your harvesters up and down the slopes here. So Uh, like, I like the idea of this road being up here, but then again, I don't. So, again, I might change it up a little bit here. So we might do... something like that with it. So instead of having it up here, we'd have it down here. So you'd come in off the road and then turn down here and then up and then around this way. And just do away with this here too. So it'll just be this one road. It'll turn up above the rocks and then down and back up. So do this little swiggle right here. I mean, we could just leave all these in there. And it'll be doing like a figure 8 right there. Or we could have just left this high road in. You know what I mean? So take that back. So we could just have this road and then have it turn right here up over the mountains and then down and then back through that way, and then get rid of this piece and this piece. Or we could just keep it like this, so it'll come straight like this above the rocks and then turn down and then back up. So it's either keep it like this, down and then back up, or get rid of this and then have it just come this way and then straight down and then back up. Or keep both of these but have them both go down and up and then get rid of this high road right here. I don't know, I'm gonna paint this out real quick. Alright, so we can just have it like that. Obviously we'll have to fix the ground here to make it work, but have it come up through here like this and then out onto the road. That way you're not really seeing that road go up over the hill like that. I don't know why, but that was kind of bothering me. Even though the trees would have blocked it. But after you logged the trees out, then you would have had that going up, and it just didn't look right to me. Now we could change the layout of this too. Like I said, we could even get rid of this piece of the road, and then whenever you come up over this hill right here, then you would just go straight this way. And then out onto this road. So if we keep it like this, then we're going to have to fix all this here. So we can keep that road flat-ish. Kinda. Again, it is a road through the woods, so it doesn't have to be like perfect. Our rocks are poking through now. But let's just pop that up a little bit. Just trying to sink this side down as much as possible so we don't have to raise the other side up too high. Not too bad for real quick freehand sculpting. I got pretty good at etching in little ramps and roads and stuff, man. And we just gotta go back and touch it up and we'll be good to go. We could leave this high like this, or we could actually notch it down. So instead of coming up over the hump, we could actually just cut this whole thing down. So it'd be like you're coming through a little valley right there, if you will. So you'll have a little hill on each side. I mean, I kind of like the idea of it coming up over the hill. Then obviously we'd peak this here back up a little. We had that road in there, but so we could have it like kind of like that. But that's the part that kind of sucks. It's not very wide right here, so with actually sinking it down instead of having it come up over the hill like it was, now you're gonna have this weird little hump there. And these guys might have to just come out of there now, considering we reworked it. Maybe we could keep them here, but we'll have to just change it up somehow. See, that kind of drops pretty quick right there. I mean, it really doesn't matter. I mean, I didn't intend for you to be driving logging trailers back through there. Yeah, so here's the only thing I gotta figure out, if I'm just gonna knock this road down and have this like a little valley you come through, or if we just put it back the way it was, where you come up over that little peak when you drive up through there. So that's our next little thing we gotta figure out. But I definitely like that better than the road going up over the top of the hill. I like that a lot better. We just gotta fill this in a little bit more, just so that hill doesn't come down crazy steep like it is. just roughing it in right now, guys. We'll go back on it and make it all look better once we get the basic layout here.
Rage on that beat, going crazy.
See that? That doesn't dip down as quick now. Trying to make it to where the road pitches to the inside. Like so. I definitely got an inwards pitch to it. Maybe not so much here. What we do now. Alright, so let's just do a quick fly through. Man, this alright. I'm happy with that now. Not 100% happy with it, but I'm happy with it now. So now we can move on here. So now we just got to figure out what exactly are we going to do with the rest of it. See, and I could have just not put these hills and stuff in here and just had this relatively flat. So you had somewhat of a flat logging area. Um, but there ain't no fun in that. Alright, so now, we gotta figure out what we're gonna do with these rocks if we're keeping them. Uh, so let's rough in the rest of this, and then we'll go back through and smooth everything out, get it to where we need it to be, so we can start painting our forest ground in here. And we can get our trees in there and move on to the next part. Part of me is telling me to just take these rocks out. Another part of me is telling me to leave them there, but fix them. And I just gotta figure out which part of me to listen to. Oh, excuse me. Of course, you never got an opportunity to actually use the square brush and use it right. Everything's always at an angle. Always. Okay, so now we're going to see if we can use these without having to have them stick out like this way so far. See, I probably could have got away with actually making this a little bit deeper. Now, I could make a little flat spot of grass. I could just fill this in a little bit to where it's just a little bit of a slope here. Or I could bring this flat spot out a little more and then make it drop off again and just put like another half layer of rock, so it's like a little step down, then another high wall with a little bit of rock, like right here. Don't go crazy with it. Then we still got our trees in there. Obviously. And then it'll just look like a little rock face from this side. But it turned out pretty good. I mean, it looks good from this side too. I mean, we got a little touching up to do everywhere, but if it was a little bit deeper, we could hide a collectible in there. It actually looks good like that, but I'd rather it be poking up like it was. But that there doesn't look terrible. It actually blends in with the other rocks better this way. That's the only bad part about that. I don't want that sticking out like that. Because you can obviously tell it's coming through the other rock. I was trying to hide this wee little tiny little piece right there. Alright, got that. Alright, like I said, I actually could have got away with putting this down a little deeper so that wall was up higher. Now for this, I really don't want the rock actually tilted. But that doesn't look too bad. A little bit of a tilt to it, so it's kind of following the road. It's up against that edge. Bring it up a little bit higher just so it sticks up in the back. I like the idea of it being up there smooth, kind of like it was, but considering we actually have these ones poking up, might as well continue that right there. It's a nice little rock wall there, man. Pretty nice, pretty nice. Alright, so now again, we could just have this all logging here, or we can come back at this height and replace this out a little bit. and put another wall here at this height. But a lot smaller. It ended up a lot bigger, didn't it? A lot bigger than what I was trying to do. But yeah, like that, just have trees above it and then below it. Something like that. Yeah, I wasn't trying to go that long with it. I was trying to be maybe from here to here with it actually. Alright, so maybe something like that. I mean, we don't even have to actually have this bottom one. So we could either just keep it the way it is, just get rid of this and keep the high one, or we can just take this bottom one and push it back to the bottom of this and just sink that ground down so this one is revealed just a piece of it like, so like at an angle, boom, boom. Just this bit of it's revealed back here. So just sink a little bit of this ground back, push that back, and then that way just this much will be showing here, but over here it'll be deeper, a deeper hole with the rock, you know what I'm saying? So let me just demonstrate that right quick. Let me create a transform group. I'll drag it up here. I'll just pull those rocks down in there real quick. Alright. And then, ouch. Yeah, so just maybe something like that. Doing chores, what's going on, brother? Excuse me, I got the hiccups. Yuckle. Alright, so we can either have it the way we had it or just have it something like that. Right there. See if that makes a deep hole. Yeah, thanks, brother. Appreciate the like too, man. Yeah, so I just changed it like that, so we can have it like that, or we can back this up and put it back the way we had it, like that. So one of two ways we can either have this little ledge here, and then if we do it like this, we will have trees like in between these rocks too, you know what I'm saying? And then we'll have trees and that down below it. So we can have it like this, or we can have it the way we just had it, or as you see, these rocks actually go down further than what they are revealed. Not much further, but I could just get rid of this and drop this ground down just so it's revealing these rocks lower, and then just get rid of this. Or we can just get rid of this and leave that the way it is, or we can just leave it the way it is right now, or we can do what we just had there. Like this. See, but I think having it like that, I don't know, it's got this hole a little too deep. I think this might be better off right here. It's just a path. Just a path. I gotta delete it. I just haven't done it yet. See? Trail. I pulled the trail out and painted one. Right here. I just yanked it up in the air the last stream and didn't delete it. I'm just trying to get the ground formed so we can start doing our forest ground here, but I'm just trying to figure out how we're gonna I had that road changed like 15 times. This road here. Alright, see, I did have it to where you came in on it. It's right here. Then I had it to where you came up over the hill right here, and then you was riding along the top and then down. But I didn't like that because you could see the road going up there from this road, and it just, I don't know, it looked weird. Appreciate them likes, guys. So I changed it to where it was down there. Obviously, once the trees are in there, you won't see it, but I was trying to mask the road as much as I possibly could be from the main road here. When the trees are in there, you're not going to see it unless you're right up here on it. But after you log the trees out, then obviously the road would be showing. So I just wanted to move it, and then I had it to where you could come in this way too. Then there was a road that came up through here like this, turned, tied into this road, and then came up and then followed it this way. I've changed it a few times already. But that's our final there. Obviously we didn't need it at all, but you know me, I gotta add cool roads, man. But yeah, I think the rocks came out pretty good there. Okay. Again, I mean, we didn't need them at all. See, I could completely block this off, right? But I was wanting to make it to where you could actually turn off of this road right here before the rocks and then come down in this lower section. Obviously, I mean, you'll be in a tree harvester, you'll have your forward or that. I mean, you could just come up over the hill and drive down in there, but I was trying to just leave a little opening right here to where you could actually drive down over the hill here with your harvesters or whatnot. Haul your wood up out of that bottom or whatever. Have it like a road, but not actually a road. You know what I mean? I just had an I just had a little idea. I mean, I probably should just leave it alone, but it's like, man, then we could in between this little road right here, just throw another little rock face right here. Do we have to? No. Would it be cool? Yeah. Or even just have a rock there. I don't know. I don't know. Yeah, like I was saying earlier, man. Like this, deciding where everything's gonna be is like, to me, one of the hardest parts about map making, man. Unless you're making a map based on a real place and you got your Google, your Google map of it and all that good stuff. Not saying that is easy, okay? But it kind of frees up a lot of the thinking, because it's you pretty much got blueprints to what you're doing. Whenever you're just freestyling it, I mean, it's all coming from your imagination, so that's a hard part to me, is actually trying to figure out exactly like how you're going to have everything and what's going to look better, and you got to change it up a few times here and there. At least if you're doing it something like based off of a real place, you got your blueprints, man. You just do your best to make it match. So, another thought I had was we could actually have a little pond right here, right? We could have a little pond right here. And then, like, we could have a little rock face here with a little waterfall flowing off of it. And then have it initially flow down into the water here. That'd be cool, right? And then just had one of these, not like an actual big waterfall on it. Gotta wait for the frame rate to come back. Yeah, not have an actual big waterfall on it, but have some of this water here like trickling down the rocks and have it flow into the little stream, into the river. Appreciate that like. I'm all about the water flow, man. Make the water flow, if you haven't noticed. But yeah, man, I think that'd be pretty cool. Have a little pond right there and have the water flowing off some rocks down into the water. But then the only problem with that is our little path there, which wouldn't be a big deal because all we would have to do is put a pipe in, have it fall off the rock, and then down into a hole, and then have a pipe on this end and a pipe coming out. But we'll leave it alone. That would be pretty neat though. A little pond down there with the water flowing. Jewel, howdy howdy. Yeah, so I'm sitting here. I've changed the road like 15 times. I finally got it somewhere where I'm okay with it. Then we had this little rock face in there, and I'm like, it ain't deep enough, so either we make the rocks go down deeper, or we just add another little face to it there. So that's what we did, added another little face to it. And then I was like, man, that'd be cool to have a little water pond right here, and then have some more rocks here with the little water stream waterfall falling off of it, hitting a pipe, going under our path and into the water. Alright, so because I was going to pull these back out of that transform group, but I guess it's okay to just leave them there. Actually, I only put them in the transform group so I could slide them back up against them ones. Yeah, but I had the road following this peak here, Jewel. I took it out. So now we got it to where it comes down through here, then down across the bottom. It's real rough right now. I got to smooth it up, and then it kind of turns right there. So it was coming out straight. I made it turn, and then I added this hill here to kind of block the view of the road, kinda. It just, I don't know, to me it didn't look good with the road going up over the hill from this view. Obviously whenever there's trees there, you wouldn't see it at all, but after you logged it, I didn't want it looking weird, so I changed it all up. That's what it looks like from above. I'm just trying to get it to where it isn't looking weird with just this little dip down here. Yeah, I forgot I even had that rock there. Oh man. Alright, so let's skip through these. I'm freezing them real quick just so the textures will stop blurring out, hopefully. So that's my main agenda right this moment, is trying to get it to where it doesn't look so weird with this dip being right there. Keep sinking this down. Just trying to blend this edge in here. Textures are still kind of messing up there a little bit. It's going to look completely different though once we finally get our forest ground and that painted down. It'll be a huge transformation. But yeah, actually pulling this slope down with it is making it look a little bit better. But yeah, now we're gonna have to go through and everything we did, this road, everything. We're just gonna have to get it all smoothed up and presentable, if you will. Everything, it's all rough right now, man. It's pretty rough. But this is because we were roughing it in, trying to figure out what we were going to do with it. I actually had this up higher than this, so I'm gonna fix that. We're gonna bring this out some more. This is our road, yeah, our road, not road. Right there by them rocks, I tried to make it to where you can actually turn down in here to log it without actually putting in an actual defined road. Yeah, man, we got a lot to do. Real quick, guys, I'm gonna take a quick bathroom break. I'll be right back. Alright, ladies and gents, we're back. Whew. Whew. Oh, man. I don't know, I feel like I'm gonna have to do something with this over here. It's got a couple little dips in it, but I think we gotta add a few more dips or something to it. Especially with me making this hill right here higher. Obviously, it's not going to be that steep when we're done with it, because once I smooth it out, it's going to pull it down. So, I'm trying to make a slope here, a hill. Always make it bigger than what you actually wanted your end product to be, because once you start smoothing it, it's going to pull it down. Like I said, I'm going to stop the hill right here just because I want you to be able to just drop down over the hill right here. Again, you could just drive up on that with your harvester and then down over the hill, or go down on the other side, but I'm just trying to think of gameplay, you know. Whatever's going to make it easier for actually logging it. Ah, now. Let's go ahead and start smoothing it and then see where it pulls it down to. See how much it pulls it down? That's the only reason I build it so high. I mean, I want a nice hill there, but I don't want it to be crazy high. But we made it crazy high because I knew it was going to pull it down. Excuse me. Wow. Yeah, man, refreshing. There we go. We got a nice hill there. Got a little peak to it. Hopefully you guys didn't want flat logging. And we're gonna have some flat-ish areas. But this is like, what's that show on TV? Axemen or Big Timber or whatever. They're always up on a slope logging crazy plots. Alright, see now with that coming down at more of a gradual slope, it just doesn't, it makes it to where this doesn't look like it's a crazy dip right here for no apparent reason. And then we'll get this part of it right here to try to come down just one nice smooth little swoop there. Like, technically, I don't even have to really smooth this out, man. I could have left it real rough. So, it would be a little more realistic with it being rough, but try to make it somewhat easy to manage. This area anyhow. See, now when you look at it from here, it doesn't look too crazy. Alright, so now we just gotta work around the rest of this mess and try to get everything smoothed up and ready to go. That way we can finish painting our road. Because all we got right now is the outline of it. And then get our forest ground in here. Start bringing it to life. Man, there's so many different things I would love to have done with this map, but you can only go in one direction.
Rage on that beat, going crazy.
Ah, I was like, man, what's that noise? Waterfall, man. Excuse me. Alright, so there's some rough corners here. This one's really popping out there. I'll knock it down a little bit, but I think I'm gonna leave those on purpose. Just trying to make it look a little rough. Yeah, a little rough around the edges. Unfortunately, I just don't want it real sharp though. Alright, then for here, I was trying to leave those little dips in that in the slope on purpose as well, just so it wasn't just all smooth. Because in real life, it's not going to be a perfect smooth slope, you know. But I don't want to leave it so rough that it looks bad, and then I don't want to leave it so rough that it's just impossible to get a harvester on it. So I gotta try to make it look real and still be practical for logging it. Alright, then we could add somewhat of a peak to this slope now, since we don't have that road there anymore. I don't want to make it a perfect peak, just so you still can get up on here without having to ride down a ridge. But I don't want it flat like this either. So just keep raising it up a little bit there in the middle. Again, I don't want it to be a ridge. Just raise it up a little more until it starts to form a ridge, I guess. And then we'll just smooth it out. It'll be easier to actually see what we got going on here too once we get something other than this grass painted down on the ground, which I thought for sure in this episode we would be doing the forest ground, but all the modifications here to the ground, it's taking a little bit longer than anticipated. It's normally how it goes, right? Right. And I was going to do the road first. Get it all smoothed up and that where it needed to be. But I jumped to do the slope first, just so whenever we're doing the slope it doesn't mess up the road. So I'd rather have to do a little bit of touch up to the slope than have to go redo the road because we messed the road up doing the slopes. See, just get it to where just before it starts shaping a sharp pointed ridge, you know what I mean? And then when we smooth it out, it'll be good. See, it's still kind of flat up here, flat-ish, kind of, sort of, something, kind of, sort of, something like that. So, like, once I smooth it out, you'll still be able to drive a machine across here with no problem and still be sitting up on the flat edge of it. I'm getting it to where it's just almost a point, but whenever we smooth everything out, it'll be nice and wide up there. Man, it's definitely an awful quiet stream day, that's for sure. Yeah, so my game plan was to do this whole area with one, well, try to get this whole area done with one tree script. And I don't know if it's actually going to work. We should be able to get a nice chunk of it though with one script, and then one huge script, and then maybe might have to do a small one, and then just pop in whatever we can by hand to finish it up. Roads are going to be a little bumpy. And I can make it to where they're smooth, but I'm going to leave them to where they're a little bumpy on purpose. That way it's just like a rough road down the middle of the woods. Like it was just cut in with forestry equipment or something. And that's why I want to make it to where whenever I put this road in there, I want to make it to where it's wide enough you can get your machines through it, but I want to get the trees and that up as close to the road as I possibly can. This here is definitely way too wide, but again, I did that on purpose so I don't have to keep widening it up. I'd rather have to make it smaller than to keep making it bigger. It'd be a lot easier on me. Yeah, like I said, I was hoping to end the stream a little early today. That way I could jump in Blender and try to work on a building. So again, I don't know if I should just spend my time trying to take this door that we have now and just tweaking it to where I can get our sign on it and like change colors and stuff like that, or if I should just go ahead and just try to make a building from scratch. My only thing with that is actually getting it to work straight out of Blender. Come on with the pop-up. I mean, I know I can get it to work, but error-free, and then the whole UV thing. The whole UV thing, that's what I need practice within Blender. I mean, I need practice with all of it, but actually getting textures and that on stuff with the UV, I think that's where I'm gonna need most of my practice. Just to be honest. Alright. Check it out. That's actually coming out pretty darn good. I think so. Okay. Ah, come on. I looked away. I thought I clicked that off, and I looked away and hit the minus button so I could start moving, and it was deleting stuff on me. Naturally. I don't know why it feels like I didn't actually fix that. Okay. Alright, so now gotta hit that again because I think we messed with this slope a little bit there. It's a little rough, but we was going to keep it rough on purpose. Alright, so let's re-smooth this because yeah, we just brought that hill down through there. I came down into here some. We just gotta retouch this up. Again, it's rough on these edges, like on this peak here, but I'm gonna keep it like that on purpose. Except for spots like that right there. I'm gonna try to fix that for sure. Because that's poking out there way too much. And then it's like on a turn, so it's kind of hard to actually fix it. It just doesn't want to go down. Yeah, I really had to sink that down to get that. It still didn't go away, but it's better than it was. I'd almost have to just go ahead and make it flat to get it to go away. See now, I could have came down here and filled this in, and that would have made it to where we could have kept this hill here higher, but I don't want to fill that in. I wanted to leave that looking rough. Oh wow, it's 4 o'clock already, man. We definitely ain't getting no blender time in today. Man, this definitely took a lot longer than anticipated. Trying to figure out what we were actually going to do with this stuff. But that's what it is. It's the name of the game, man. We got a pretty nice ridge down through there. And then like right here I could have filled this in a little more. Right, to kind of fix all this. But um, with me not filling that in, kind of make it to where it'll be a little, I don't want to say flat, but it won't be as steep if I would have filled it in. Alright, now we just gotta jump to this side. I could just leave this a peak, like we was talking about, or I could come up through here and just smooth this out so you can actually ride down this peak without feeling like you're gonna fall off the edge either way. I like the look of it better when it just had a peak in it, like a really defined peak. It looked pretty good, but I'm just going to knock it down a little bit like we talked about. Just so you can ride down this peak if that's what you wish to do. Whether you do it or not, we're going to make it possible. There we go. Yeah, I'm really kind of wishing I'd have just left it the way it was with the peak in it. But I already said I was going to take it out, so try to be a man of my word there. Alright, so now you got a little flat spot up there. Oops. Man, I'm kind of feeling a little lonely here today, ladies and gents. Probably, probably could pop some rocks in on that side too. I mean, that takes away from actually having trees in that area, because this slope would have been knocked back. The only reason I thought about putting a rock there is because it was straight up and down at the point in time. So I could take the rock out and just slope it back and we could have trees there. Or oops. Or I can leave that rock there. Have that like a little valley thing. Yeah, so you drive between the rocks. Yeah, it's definitely gonna have a different feel to it. Like I would have loved to had to have made like a logging map to where it's just like nothing but trees, and you're just driving through forest, up hills, down hills, everywhere you go. It's just all forest. Um, but obviously, this map's gonna have a little unique feel to it. Because all they're gonna have areas like that, um, they're not gonna last long. You know what I'm saying? So when you're driving through it, it's not just gonna be up and down and left and right and up and down and turn this way and it's all forestry. You're gonna have those unique, like awesome areas, but again, we still have highway and a lot of other aspects to the map, so it's definitely gonna have its own feel to it, man, for sure. See, the only bad part about adding these rocks like this is the fact that, I mean, after you was done logging this out, I mean, you could have kind of somewhat tried to level this ground and throw in a field, which you can still do that down here. You know what I mean? This whole area right here, you could do that, but I mean, you got, and then over here, you just wouldn't be able to do it where the rocks is. That's any bad part about adding stuff like this. It kind of takes from being able to do that. I kind of like how that landed just like that. I do and I don't. I left that out there, but it kind of takes from being able to put grass on the edge of the roads if I did leave it clean out there. Um, see, I might be getting a little carried away now. Wow. Man. What's today? Monday? It is dead. There we go. That's kind of what I was wanting to create there. Like, whenever you did turn down in there, you was turning in between two hillsides. But I would like to actually get the road painted down. See, it would have been nice if I had actually painted the actual road down first, so I knew how wide it was going to be. Because I kind of wanted where you turned in here to be kind of close on both sides. Alright, see, I could go crazy with this, like I did on that, on this hill, and they actually make it like a hill. Um, but I'm not going to. I just want it to be a little bit of a slope right here on the edge of the road, and that's it. We'll beef it up a little bit, and then I'm gonna smooth it out. That'll be it. Yeah, I don't think we're gonna get to our texture painting today. Probably not even the road part of it. I was hoping to be on forest ground today, but at least we got all this done anyhow, so we're a little bit closer than we were. See, and then on this side of the road, I can't do much back there because of the edge of the map, but I could probably like beef this up. I could leave it alone too, but I could probably beef this up a little bit. Maybe just along the edge of the road. Just bring it up on the edge of the road, and then whenever I smooth it out, it'll flatten and it'll make this here a little more flat. It'll be a little bit of a hump to get up on it, but then this here would be flat. We'll do something with it. This here, I'm pretty done with it here. I will get it smooth. Okay. Yeah, there was a lot more terraforming here than I anticipated, ladies and gents. A lot more. And this was supposed to be one of the easier, sections of the map. We should have blazed right through this part. But no, I had to add all this different stuff and hills and all this craziness, which made it even harder for down the road. Yeah, it's going to make it harder to actually do the rest of the stuff that needs to be done, unfortunately. But it's going to look better, so unfortunately I always cause myself more work, but the end result is it's going to look better. And if I can get it to look better, I don't mind doing the extra work. I mean, it sucks, but I'm all about getting it to look better. What's going to look best. See, I'm wondering, whenever that logging expansion comes out, I'm just kind of curious to see, like, what the background of the map and everything is going to look like. Man, that was a lot of work to get that little slope. Alright, so now, what else we gotta do here? I know this is real rough, but technically it is smoothed out. That's how we left it on purpose. This little ridge here is kind of too rough. Unfortunately, though, the more you take it down, the more something else gets rough on you. That's the only bad part about having like peaks like that. It's kind of a pain to get it to not have sharp little points to it. Okay. Alright, did we do this here? I believe we did. Then that's done. Anything we gotta do now is the actual road. Make sure it's all smoothed up, level, wide enough everywhere, all that good stuff. So I guess we'll start from one end of it and work our way to the other, I guess. I'd rather work uphill on it because you can actually see all the imperfections. But technically I'm not too worried about getting all the imperfections out of it. It is a road through the woods. But I do try to get it as close as I can, even when I'm putting potholes and stuff in it on purpose. Like, I want it to be smooth at first, so I can purposely sink the ground down, like where I need it to get those potholes to work right, if that makes sense. If you ever seen me do it, it makes sense. So, I don't know, probably about to end this episode here. It's dead anyhow. Normally when I go to end, that's what everybody jumps on. But yeah, we'll probably, I'm gonna finish smoothing up this road, and then that'll probably be it for this one. And then in the next one, we can come in and get our road actually painted down. Get our road painted down, then we could start getting our forest ground in there and go from there. Get our forest ground in, then we get our trees in there. Excuse me. See, I like the idea of all those the rocks that we had in there, but again, like, that does take with the idea of wanting people to farm on it and that too, it does take room for being able to put down fields, like put your own fields in. I mean, there's still plenty of room to do so, just that just makes it to where if you were to put a field in right there, now you can't put it in as big as you would have if I wouldn't have added those. But I think they brought that mod back to be able to delete stuff off the map, so I guess if you were really worried about it, you could use that. If you're on console, if you're on PC, you just jump in the editor and get rid of them. But try to make the map to where there's really no need to do anything to it. But one map that is perfect and needs no tweaking to one person could need tweaking to somebody else. So I mean, you're not going to please everybody. Everybody got their own preferences, their own playing styles. It's impossible to please everybody with one single thing. You can get close, I'm sure. But oops. Yeah, I was really wanting to jump in Blender today too. Even though that's something I actually got to do, but I got to keep my channel going as well. Even though it's dead today, but still got to make content one way or the other. Okay, so we're ready to rock and roll on painting our road. Matter of fact, I was wanting to do something over here. Try to add a little more something to it. Even if it's just taking this little humped up part and humping it up some more or something. I gotta do something to it. Yeah, so you used to be able to sit here and actually look through there. I built the hills up so much, there definitely ain't no looking through there now. Again, I mean, we did leave this messed up on purpose, but I don't know if I'm really sold on it though. I don't know. Anyhow, anywho, that's it for this one, guys. So I'm gonna save it, and again, Giants Partners, if you're interested in any DLCs, the new game, the old games, any equipment add-ons, any of that, check out the links in the description. At no extra cost to you, all proceeds will go to helping to support the channel, or you can use the word triple D, all one word, at checkout. That'll work as well. So I appreciate it. But if you like what you see, go ahead and hit that like button. If If you want to see what's coming, what's next, where the map is headed, hit that subscribe button, mash on the notification bell so you don't miss nothing. And I'm out. Doses.
Rage on that beat, going crazy.